Hello guys, welcome to this Peep Show. We are Monday the 13th of April 2020. Sylvain Loganadin with you today for a new Peep Show. And the title of today's Peep Show is Coronavirus. The earnings of the US companies could bring back the volatility on the stock market. As you know, this week we will have major financial companies within the US that will publish their results for the first quarter of 2020. And with oil prices just going lower and lower, we will have definitely some volatility. Which companies are effectively publishing their results next week and also tomorrow. Tomorrow we have BlackRock, okay, which is one of the biggest asset manager on the world. But you also have JP Morgan that is publishing its financial results for the first quarter of 2020. And here is the JP Morgan chart right before the start of the earnings season. We are expecting a very very adjusted earnings for this first quarter. Sorry, okay, $1.89 per share. But we are right now in a pretty special situation, as you know. So for now we have banks, okay, we have banks and I would say financial institutions. We just finance a lot of projects in the oil sector. Okay, so you have here the oil and I'll say the energy industry that was financed by banks and financial institutions, and you also have I'll say small and medium companies. So we'll put SME here. Okay, who were also financed by banks and financial institutions. Okay, normally in a normal environment, those guys here, okay, they because the bank just lend them some money, they give the money back. Okay, so this is in a normal state of situation. Okay, banks and financial institutions get paid back. But today we have something that changed in the US. Okay, you have here the Fed, which is the central bank, who just lowered the interest rate, and the interest rate are now at zero. So what does it mean? That basically means that the banks and the financial institutions are not making a lot of money anymore on loans. Okay, they have very small and tiny margins. So basically the cash flow that is coming here, okay, is not big like it was. It will be less and less big. Okay, so it means basically less revenues for the banks. Okay, so there is a loss of revenue here. Also, because of what is happening on the energy market with the oil crisis, the oil and the energy industry in general is seeing a lot of default. Okay, they are seeing a lot of default. A lot of oil companies will make default if oil stays at this price. Just to show you the situation right now, we are at $23 per barrel on the oil, on the WTI, so the West Texas Intermediate, and a lot of companies in the US need an oil price above $40 to $45, so around $50 per barrel to either break even or make money. Okay, so they are making money and they are profitable here. Okay, on that zone. But we are far from it. Okay, we still have and need a lot of time to get there, and this will not happen overnight. Okay, so a lot of companies that were here paying back their loans will definitely default. Okay, so the financial institution and banks will also get less money here. Okay, you see where I want to come. You see my point. Okay, less and less money here. So this is what is currently being paid back. Okay, this has been given a lot of money, and this small amount of money is being given back. Okay, so basically the revenue of the financial and of the financial institutions are basically dropping. Okay, they will have less and less cash, which means less and less dividends. Okay, dividends. And which means basically less and less profitability. So I expect the financial institution and JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America is publishing this week also. We have Wells Fargo also publishing this week. All those companies and all those banks will definitely show some very bad results, and this is what we are expecting right now. Okay, we are going to see a lot of surprise this week. We are coming toward major resistance levels for banks. If you look here, this is a 50 moving average on a daily basis. So this is the first, I would say, resistance level for major companies. But fundamentals are not good for banks right now. Last week, at the end of last week, the OPEC countries had to find an agreement, and they didn't found it. Okay, Saudi Arabia and Russia did agree, and other OPEC countries agreed on reducing the oil output, but Mexico didn't agree on that. And this is a deal breaker, because they need also Mexico to go for it, to convince the United States to also reduce their production. So this is the situation is not resolved on the oil market, and as long as the situation and I would say the oil crisis is not resolved, we can expect those companies here to survive and to pay back as much as they can, as much money as they can. Okay, usually the energy companies have a dividend, a payout ratio of 50 to 60%. Those companies could definitely hold and stop their dividend their dividend distributing policy for this year, and maybe postpone them to next year. In all cases, all the share buybacks program are now being stopped. Okay, so there will be no all those programs are being stopped, and companies, not only in the oil and the energy sector, but companies across all industries are now keeping cash in hand, not distributing it, to survive to this exceptional period. Okay, we are. I would say we are moving toward the end of the coronavirus crisis for sure, but this is not over yet, and we don't know how long it will take. And also, even when the coronavirus crisis will be, the shutdowns, etc., will be over, the consumption of people will not rise at the previous level within a few days. It will take weeks, it will take months, and we will have to wait for it. So definitely we will see maybe some new leg down on the financial market this week or next week. Alright guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask your question on the Wheel of Arya Facebook group. Also ask your question on YouTube. On the comment section, we are reading all the comments and we are responding to them. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We see each other tomorrow for a new Peep Show. Have a good day. Bye.